The Treasury Secretary sat down with me last night for an exclusive interview. Here's part two of our interview as we touched on the controversial White House Correspondents' Dinner, the Iranian nuclear deal, and the upcoming meeting between President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un.
Well, I think there's no question that sanctions and the president's maximum pressure campaign is a major part of the success. And as the president has said, we are going to continue with the sanctions and maximum pressure until he shows that he's willing to give up the nuclear weapons, and we can verify that. And we're looking forward to the president's visit. I think this is very, very exciting that the president's been able to get to this point on this.
So the president also put some pressure on China so that China would hold back on the exports to North Korea, right? I mean, was that part of it?
Absolutely. And China was very helpful in this process. As the president has said, they were an important partner with us on the sanctions against North Korea.
So tell me about the sanctions. What do they include? Why was this so detrimental for North Korea? I'm trying to understand why this incredible change of heart, if we could believe him. Kim Jong-un.
Well, the sanctions are very, very important economic tools. We've seen that. As the president said, they worked in Iran. The president's issue, which I agree 100%, was we could have had a much better deal in Iran. Instead, we gave them all the money back. So these sanctions work. The sanctions are the only reason why Iran came to the table, and the president's determined to get a good deal on Iran. The sanctions have worked in North Korea. We have sanctions in Venezuela. We have sanctions, as you know, in Russia. So we are very focused on these sanction programs as a very important part of foreign policy.
It was also a warning to other nations who wanted to do business with North Korea that they could get sanctioned, right?
That is, as you may recall, at the UN, I recommended to the president, and he signed an order which authorized me to put sanctions on any country that continued to trade with North Korea.
And did you?
We had some discussions behind the scenes. We didn't need to use those because we got people to cooperate with us. But we definitely had conversations behind the scenes.
So given what China has done in terms of aiding or helping this president to get North Korea to where it is today, does that help on the trade issues?
Well, the president said he has a very close relationship with President Xi. And the trade issues are not going to impact that personal relationship. But he is determined that we will make progress on trade, and that's an important economic issue for him.
Do you want to see the same kind of situation in the U.S. that we see in China if, in fact, they don't open up markets? For example, there are like 10 industries in China that are deemed off limits. Foreigners can't own more than 49% of a joint venture. Would you institute something like that in the U.S. regarding China if they don't come across in terms of what you're trying to accomplish next week?
Marie, I'm not going to comment on what tools we have to use and what we'll do if we're not successful. I'm hoping that we are successful, and we'll keep our plans secret as to what we'll do if we're not.
So what would be successful?
I think you'll know it when you see it. I don't want to define success ahead of time. I think the issues are very clear, and we're going over there with the objective to have very frank discussions.
But Secretary Mnuchin, you understand how important these issues are to markets. We could see a market meltdown on Tuesday if we don't see an extension of those exemptions on Europe.
Maria, I think you're a bit exaggerating on a market meltdown, but I won't comment on the markets. Again, what I'd say is it would be premature for me to advertise what the definition of a success is. We're going over there. We're having confidential discussions. As I said before, you'll know it when we come back if it's a success or not.
Did the exemptions come up for you in your discussions while you were in Paris this past week?
They did.
And?
I'm not going to comment on the specifics of those conversations, but again, at many different levels, we are having discussions, and they're ongoing, and I look forward to the president's decision.